Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Janmadhyasya toanvayaditratas chārtha subhijyasvarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adhikavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Swasti Astu Vishwasya Khala Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mitho Dhiya Manascha Bhadram Bhajata Dadhokshaje Avishyatam no matirapyahetuki. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 29, verse 32. So these verses spoken by gopis called Pranagit in response to Krishna's statements in which he said that they should go back and take care of their family affairs, their duties, and there is no need to be here. And the bhava is more intense by hearing, chanting, meditating than by physically associating. So what he said. So now gopis, they replied, and the first verse we already read, that we have given up everything, so where can we go? We don't have anywhere to go. Santajya sarvishyanta padamuna. You have taken refuge under your lotus feet. They actually did not say lotus feet, they only said padamulam. They forgot the lotus part. So, says there is nowhere we can go. So you should fulfill our wish just like Bhagavan fulfills the wish of those who are mumukshus. Mumukshu means those who wish to give up. Right? There's a mukta means who has given up. That's what mukta means. And mumuksha means one who wishes to give up. So it says we have already given up. We are already mukta. And now you are asking us to go back to the bondage. So this is what they will speak. He says, what is the point in going back to problems which we have already renounced? Yat patya patya suhridam anuvrittiranga strinam svadharmiti dharma vidattvayoktam astu evame tadupadesa pade tvaishe preshto bhavan stanubhritam kila bandhuratma. So it says that you are preshto bhavan tanubhritam kila bandhuratma. And you are the bandhu, you are the atma of all embodied beings. So what does it mean? You do service to one who is preshta. So all these patya, they are not preshta, that's why we gave them up. And now we are with you. So this instruction which you are saying, anuvrittiranga, that we should do service to our husbands and children. So and you say that this is the dharma of woman, so let this apply to you. Etad upadesha pade tvaishe means you are the husband. So, or let this instruction apply to you only. Upadesha pade tvaishe doesn't apply to us. So you are knower of the dharma and you are speaking adharma because it's your promise in Bhagavad Gita, ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathai bhajamiham, and also sakrit prati prapannasya tavasmiti yavachate dadami abhim iti vratam me, that anyone who says once I am surrendered to you, then I give him abhaya, fearlessness. This is my vrata. So why you want us now to go back in the land of fear? Krishna was saying this is the fearful place because ghor sattva nisheva. There are terrible, ferocious animals here. Ghor rajniyesha, terrible night. So he says that is more terrible. Right? Vaishnavas say that we can live in the midst of fire in a cage anywhere, but we don't want moksha. Right? We can suffer in hell anywhere, but not moksha. So they are saying that we have come to you, now no more going back. So this is the determination which is required for bhakti. If one does not have determination like this, then one will falter. So this is fixity, stability, nischaya. So one should have nischaya like this. Otherwise, samsaya atma vinashyati. Somebody comes and tells you a little bit, and you start thinking, yeah, it sounds right. So that's Ghanatarla does not work here. So Devarshi Bhutaptranam Pitrinam Nayam Kinkaro Ranicha Rajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Saranyam Gato Mukunda Parihartya Karta. One who has taken shelter with full heart, Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Saranyam. So Krishna is Saranya. So you take shelter, become Krishna Saran. And then there is no more going back from there.
No going back.
So Devarsi Bhutaptu Nrinam Pitrinam, all these debts which we have, Rishi Rin, Dev Rin, Bhut Rin, Pitri Rin, all these debts are not for a person who takes shelter of Krishna. Nayam Rini Na Kinkaro Cha Rajan. Dev Goswami tells this to King Parikshit. So gopis are saying that we have already taken shelter of you, so now we are not obliged towards anyone. Because what is the purpose of obligation? We are obliged to these people because they do something to us, but the most benefactor, the highest, topmost benefactor is Krishna, who is giving us life. He is the Atma of the Atma. Aham Atma Gudakesha. Says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the Atma. So he is the source, or Mamaivan So Jiva Loke. We are his amsas, so our true obligation is towards him. And these are other obligations are described in Dharma so that you can get accustomed to it gradually. The purpose is to come to this. So you have to start somewhere. So you start with those with whom it is more easy to surrender, whom you can feel. So you start treating them like God. Matrideva, Pitrideva, Acharya Deva, etc. Then gradually you see in others worship cow, worship tulsi, plants, animals, and then come to Giriraj, Maharaj, stone piece also, then river, Yamuna. So you worship everybody. That's how you come to Vasudeva Sarvamiti. See the technique. So here Vasudeva himself is standing, Nandanandan. And how can you go back from there? So therefore, now they are countering him. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says, Atha kaschit prakhara tad vachnena eva tam parajetu kama aha. So some sharp lady, prakhara, the real Vama. Now is the Vama coming out, not Dakshina but Vama. So she straight away argues with him. She wants to defeat Krishna. So Parajetu Kama, wishing to defeat him, speaks this verse. Yaditi yat patya patya shvahidam anuvrittiranga. Patyadinam anuvrittihi strinam swadharma iti yatvayoktam etad evamastu anena prakarena bhavatu. So now she is giving explanation to Krishna that you spoke but you don't understand the meaning of your own statement. Let me give commentary on it. So she is writing commentary to Krishna's instruction. Different people write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, right? Opposite meanings also they bring out. Somebody says it is about Nirakar, somebody says it is about Sakar, somebody said it is about Bhakti, somebody says it is about Karma Yoga. So he says, well, you spoke, but this is not what you mean.
Prakar means bold. Prakar.
Prakhara.
Prakara means bold.
Bold, sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah. So he says that this should be like the instruction which you gave, that this is the duty of women is to do service to husband, children, etc. He says it should be understood in the following way. Because everybody explains things according to their need. Right? That's how you interpret Shastra. What suits you. Right? So Advaitvadis, it suits them Brahman, so they interpret like that. Those who criticize, there are also people who criticize Bhagavad Gita, they interpret it differently. So, it says, Natra vivadamahe. He says, I don't argue with you that this is that the duty of women is not to do service to husband, etc. He says that I agree. Only thing is we have to ascertain who is the husband. So this is agreeing and then refuting. So etadeva asmabhi pratikshanam kriyata iti bhava. He says this is what we do all the time. We are doing service all the time. Nanu kena prakarena, how you do? So he says, Updeshasya pade aspade dharmopdesha kartritvai anuvartite satyeva patyadinam anuvritti ruchita ityartha. So he says, Etatvai upadesha pade, that this should be first applied to you, the one who is giving instruction to us. And then it should be applied to the husband, etc. Right? If you go to a coach, you are learning to play tennis. So first you play with the coach, right? He will be on the opposite side, he is hitting, you are also hitting. And then when you have done your practice with the coach, then you go play with somebody else. Isn't it? So he says, you are the coach. So first we do service to you, we try you are teaching that we should do service, so let's do service to you so that we learn how to do it. If we make any mistake, you can correct us. Then we go and do it to husband. If we just hear from you and we go and make mistake there, who will correct us? Right? If you learn how to cook, first you cook in front of the person who is teaching you, isn't it? It's not that he tells you on a video and then you go and start cooking. You cook in front of him, he teaches you. And then if you make any mistake, he shows you, or you have any doubt, question him. And then you cook. So he says, first we do service to you, then we'll do service to husband, etc.
Do they say that you're the guru?
Yeah, because he is the Upadeshta. He is the one who gave instruction. One who is giving instruction is the guru or not?
Yeah.
He is the one who said, Bhartru Sushrushanam Srinam Paro Dharmo Hiya Maya. He is the one who said that duty of women is to do service to husband without any deception. Right? So he says, let's do it with you. Right? If you learn wrestling with the coach, he will wrestle with you. Then you go to the field. Right? So that's what they're doing. So therefore it says, Prathamam dharmopdeshta acharya upsevyate. So first service is done to the guru, one who is giving instruction on the dharma. And paschad updishta acharaniyo dharma. So he is teaching you what is dharma. So first you do service to him. And now when you learn dharma, then you go and practice it. Then you put it into practice. So first training and then application. Right? So it says we do first training with you, then we'll apply it. So that's the meaning of this statement. Asti evam etad upadesa pade tvaishe. That this upadesha, you are the pada, means the point of application. Pada means aspada, sthan, place, where you apply the instruction. So he says this instruction which you said, yat patya patya shuridamanu vritti anga strinam swadharma iti dharma vidatvayokta. Means says you are the knower of dharma, dharma vida. And you said it. So now let's first apply it to you. So it's a nice argument. How is he going to say no to this? That's why Krishna will say, yes, I got defeated. Don't go. So, acharya anuvritya eva niskapataya dharma siddhe iti cha shastram tatrapi ishe parmeshvare yadi acharya eva parmeshvara syat tarhi kimuta iti. So he says it is only by doing service to the acharya, to the guru, without any deception, one becomes perfected in dharma. Dharma siddhi. Means you get the ultimate perfection in dharma by doing service to guru. So guru susrushaya sarvam siddhet. So by doing guru seva, all perfections come. No need for anything else. So therefore, and you are the guru, and in your case, it is even more, you are also Parameshvara, you are also Ishvara. So not only you are guru, but you are also Ishvara. So both are happening simultaneously, service to guru and service to Bhagavan. So where else are we going to find? Everywhere else we have to assume that husband is to be treated like God, guru is to be treated like God, right? Parents are to be treated like God. You are actually God and you are guru. So where else can we go now? So that is the meaning of that. Tvai Ishay. That you are also Isha. So Ishe Parameshware yadi Acharya eva Parameshwara syat tarhi kimuta. So if the Acharya, the Guru is also Bhagavan himself, then this is the best opportunity, don't lose it. Because this combination you will not get anywhere else. Everywhere else you will only have Guru and Bhagavan is somebody else. Then you have to only see, well, I have to treat him like Guru. He is Guru's representative, he is Guru, he is this and that. I should not think of him as a mortal being, although he looks like one. All this, you have to keep on adjusting your mind all the time, right? So he says here, the best. And therefore, because you are Ishvara, then he says, Tanu Bhritam Kila Bandhuratma. That's why you are the Bandhuratma of everybody. Kincha Ishvarattvadeva Tanu Bhritam Tvam Atma. So you are the Atma of everybody, as Krishna says, Aham Atma Gudakesh Sarvabhuta Ashya Sthita. I am the Atma situated in everyone's heart. So, and because you are the Atma, Atmatvadeva Prashtha. So therefore you are Prashtha. Because what is most dear is our own self. People were asking about why gopis are selfish. What else can you be? If you are not selfish, what else will you be? How is it possible to be unselfish? Is it possible to be unselfish?
Unselfish.
How is it?
Never tried.
No, it's not. It's not possible. So don't even try. Why waste time in something which is not possible? You are sitting there. Can you sit anywhere else and be there? You are sitting. Where is your seat? Right? If you are sitting there, you can only sit there. You cannot say, I'm here, but I'm there. So you are a self. Right? If you are self, what else can you be but selfish? It's not possible. And then people say, why the gopis are selfish? Why you also be selfish? So therefore, because Atma is the most dear, you can give up everything for the sake of Atma. Atma artha prithvim tyajet. Navare patyu kamaya pati priya bhavati apito atmana kamaya. This is what Yajnavalkya told Maitreyi, that, oh Maitreyi, the husband is not dear to wife because of husband. He is dear because of the self. And wife is not dear to husband because he is wife. She is dear because of the self. And Krishna is the self. So, Atmanam Atmana, Krishna menam vijanihi Atmanam samatmana. Know Krishna to be the Atma of the Atma.
One quick clarification. So when we say that another person is only lovable because of the self, does it mean because there's a self inside the other person, or does it mean because of my own self?
Both. It's because of your own self and also because there is self in it. And because it is yourself, that's why you love it. Because you think it is myself. Wherever you put yourself, you love. You take out yourself, you don't love. But Krishna is our true self. And that's why he is natural object of love. Because you cannot take it out. In the material world, it's just arop siddha, It's an imposition of the mind. But in case of Krishna, it is true. So therefore, he is the true Prashta. So that's what it says, Preshtattvadeva Bandhu. And because he is the object of love, that's why he is our Bandhu. Bandhu means with whom we are bound. And the only thing which binds is love. So therefore it says that Preshto bhavans bhritam kila bandhuratma. You are the Preshta, you are Atma, you are Bandhu.
When he says Ishvaratvat is the basis of him being Atma, how is he equating, or what relationship is he giving between those two concepts of being Ishvara and Atma?
Because Krishna says, Mama evansa Jiva loke. From Vaishnava point of view, we are part of Ishvara. Right? Everything comes from Ishvara. Ham sarvasya prabhava. Matta sarvam pravartate. So our Atma also comes from him. What is Ishvara is the source of everything. So therefore he is also Atma.
Uh-huh.
It's like if you take some water from Ganga, you say this is Ganga.
I see. So you're taking Ishvara in the sense of possessor.
Possessor, source.
Source. Okay. I'm not familiar with that sense of Ish.
Because why is that he is Ishvara? Because everything is him only. Ishavasya sarvam. Here in the material world we control in the sense of, again, imposition. Because we impose ourselves on something. I said, this is mine. It's really not mine. Even my body is not mine. So that's why we are unable to control anything, truly speaking. Because he is the creator of everything, he is the source of everything. That's why everything is under his control. We generally think of controlling only in the sense that somebody has the authority over it. But why is that he is like that? That also has to be considered. That's why he is in everything. So tatsrijvat tadaiva anupravishta. He enters, creates and then enters into it. That's how he is controlling. We control sitting outside, but he controls from inside. Inside, outside. Because there is nothing which can be outside him. He is the only tattva. Only that sloka. Dravya, kala, Jiva. Vasudev, Vinavilnam, Nasti. Dravyam karma cha kalasya sabhava jive cha yadu anugrahata santi na santi yadupekshaya. This is one and Vasudevat prithak bhinnam nasti kaschit. So whether dravya, karma, kal, jiva, all these things, they are not different from him. Come from him only. Ahameva asameva grananyat sada satparam. Paschadayat ham etaccha yoshishet so asmiham. So therefore he is the Atma. That's why it says in Gita, I am Atma. So that's the beauty. He cannot get out of his control. He can only think. That's not possible. So ayam artha, the meaning is this. Patyadinam Paramatma Sahitanam Eva Anuvritti Shastrokta. So now this is a very nice meaning. He says when it is said that woman should do service to husband, this has to be done along with Paramatma, not independently. You see, King Bharat, he became attached to the deer. He was compassionate on this deer, baby deer. So what is wrong with that?
He did not worship Paramatma along with it.
So that is the problem. If he would have continued his service to Paramatma and also not thought of this deer as independent, then there will be no problem. Even if he was thinking of the deer at the time of death, it won't cause any trouble. That's why people say that, oh, if you are doing Go Seva, then at the time of death you will think of cow, you will become a cow. No, this is only if you are doing Go Seva independent of Krishna. Means you are not thinking that Go Seva is Krishna Seva. Then you will be in trouble. So anything, when it is said, do service to, therefore it says Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava. They have to be treated, not only respected, but respected as God or as expansion of God. So main thing is to bring us to God awareness. That is the idea, that is the key point in this. Key point is not doing service. That's why all this social service, etc., this is not going to elevate you. Okay, you can come to Sattva Guna or whatever, but then you will not get purified in your heart. Your ahankara will remain there, no matter how much you try to show externally, but internally you will have expectations and you will have your ahankara. So this you can get rid of only when it is related with Krishna. This is the important. If you can do that, then you are in family life, you are taking care of wife, children, there is no problem. But if you become independent caretaker, then you are bound. So that's the important thing to understand. This is the whole idea behind Varnashrama also.
So, if there's someone that we're serving, like mother, father, child, wife, whatever, so what should we think? I'm serving you because of the presence of Paramatma in you? Is that the perspective?
Yes.
Sure.
Because there is only Paramatma. Because ultimate point to come to this, that there is only Paramatma. Otherwise, Irsha will remain. Enviousness will come and your ahankara will come. This is the solution. This is how bhakti cuts everything from the root. When you have that, then you will not have enviousness, jealousy. How can you be jealous of God then? Otherwise, you do service to parents also, after some time you may get fed up. And then you may not say it, but you are hoping, when is this old guy going to die? You know? Yeah, it's a fact. Because it becomes a burden.
Yes.
This is the truth. Why are you looking at her?
Because
As if you are free
her
from it.
mother.
No, it's for all of us, not only her mother, it's also with you. So, this is the real point which is being made and to be understood. Because this is where people, dharmic people, falter here. So when Krishna says, Sarvdharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja, he is not saying that you actually give up the dharmic duties. That is not the intention which people do not understand. He says, don't take shelter of dharma, take shelter of me. So people think that, oh, I give up dharma, I have already given up dharma. No, it's not question of that. You have not given up because you never had it. So people become attached to dharma, and then when it comes to Krishna and dharma, then they side with dharma and not with Krishna. Otherwise, Jarasandha was not an asura. Jarasandha was a very dharmic person. But he stood against Krishna. These people on the opposite side were all dharmic. Bhishma, Drona, etc. But they are standing against Krishna. So even that dharma has to be given. This is the whole story of Arjuna. He is with Krishna, but then he is looking at dharma. Well, my dharma is to give respect to Guru, my dharma is to give respect to my grandfather, my relative, how can I kill them? It's a clash between dharma and bhakti. That is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So then he has to be taught slowly, slowly. What does Krishna say in the end? He is saying, give up dharma. He started singing songs about dharma or not? Kul dharmascha sanatana. And will go to hell. So he was thinking in the realm of dharma, and Krishna is speaking of from the absolute point. So that's what is being taught. So dharmic people have this problem when it comes to bhakti. So this is big argument goes on many times on internet. Some people from other groups, they attack. How can you do this? How can you? Of course, the people who are arguing with them, they also don't understand. So both parties are arguing uselessly. So point is this, which is to be understood. So Atma Rahitye tu sati sadyeva grihan nisaritanam tesham nadyades tate mukhani dahyante iti dharma shastra. So now he is taking this word Atma as literally. Like as Krishna says, Aham Atma Gudakese, I am the Atma. So he says that once the Atma goes out of the body, whether it is husband or whoever, then you take out the dead body and burn it, put fire to the mouth like we did yesterday. Pandit Anand Gopalaji. So when the Atma has left, the body is burnt. So worship, seva is done because of Atman, you are the Atma. So if we can understand, then all these fights and problems and exploitations and enmity and hatred, it will come to an end. This is Mahaprabhu's dharma. This is the meaning of Sankirtan. Then we can all glorify. Otherwise, we are only fighting. So they say, then you take the dead body to the bank of river and give fire. This is called Mukhagni. Yes. So it is called Mukhani Dahiyante. So who will give the Mukhagni? Fire in the mouth. Dharma Shastra. He says, this is Dharma Shastra. Ato Murtasya Atmanas Taveva Anuvritya Patyadi Anuvritti Siddhi Kimanye Tat Prabhriti Tat Pratikulatvadeva Niratmakair Dagdhamukhai Patyadi Verite. So he says that you are the personified Atma. Murtasya Atmanas. And therefore doing service to you, that is the real dharma. And then what is the use of doing service to those with the burnt mouths? So this is a saying in Hindi. Mukh jala means burnt face. Means just like when you have a dead body, you burn him. So the word is used like that, when he is exactly using that. He says, Niratmakair dagdhamukhai. Says, what is the use of? So, Patyadi bhi. He says, if we don't do service to you, then what is the point of doing service to husband, etc.? That is the point. Nanu purna premna aishwarya jnana avarakatvad asam cha sampurna premvatvat katham edadrisham aishwarya jnanam sambhavet. So now a question is raised which may be also coming in the mind of some of the students, that how the gopis are having this aishwarya jnana. They are calling Krishna as Ishvara, Paramatma, etc. How is this possible? They are full of love. So Purna Premna, Aishwarya Jnana Avarakatvat. He says the Prema has the nature of covering the Aishwarya, knowledge of majesty or power. And Asam cha Sampurna Prematvat. And gopis are not only Purna Prema but Sampurna Prema. They are completely full of love for Krishna. There is nothing else. So how is that they could have such Aishwarya Jnana, such knowledge about Krishna, that Tvai Ishe, that you are the Isha? How is this possible? So Uchyate, he says, we answered that. He says, Narada Pancharatradi Ukta Lakshano Bhaktir Rasamritadeshu Vyakhyataha Prema Hani what is that? Prema hi anish naisargik ashne satyavan virah sanyog. Okay, so he says that the definition of bhakti or prema, which is given in Narad Pancharatra, has been explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, etc. So what is that? He says, Prema hi anisha naisargika ashna satyavan. He says this is the characteristic of love, that it is always, naturally, sometimes hot, sometimes cold. It goes through these waves of transformation. There are ups and downs, ups and downs. It's all about prema only. But viraha sanyoga ras anubhavako api. And it is because of prema, the feelings of separation and union both come and go, come and go. There are feelings of separation even in the union, and feeling of union even in separation.
Prema Vaititya.
Yeah. So that is the nature of prema. So therefore it is said, Brahmanando bhavedesha cheta parardha gunikrita nati bhakti sukham bodhe paramanu tulamapi. That if you have Brahmananda multiplied by parardha, it cannot be equal to one drop from the ocean of bliss of bhakti. Iti rasamrita ukter brahmananda anubhavah paraha parardhadikopi virahe tivranshu koterapi adhikam santapa yatra aishwarya madhurya sambandhana sarvani eva bhagavato gunan pradyotyati eva natu kashchida avranoti. So he says that this bliss of bhakti is beyond the experience of Brahmananda. And not only beyond, but it is incomparable. Parardha adhiko api. It is
100 million.
just a number, but basically means there is no comparison. Because it's a different category. How can you compare? Like comparing a mule to a horse. It's a different variety. So like a buffalo and a cow. So he says that when there is a viraha, there is a separation, then tivram su koterapi adhikam santapayan. So in separation it torments you more than the heat of millions of suns. And at that time, all the qualities related to Aishwarya as well as Madhurya of Bhagavan become manifest.
In separation.
Yeah. It's like everything is just revealed, uncovered. So pradyotayati eva na tu kaschid avranoti. It does not cover anything in that state. So just like there is so much light that there is no scope of any darkness. When there is sun, clear sky, then everything, even inside the room, you can see, you don't need light. So imagine there is one sun this side, one sun that side, one sun this side. You will have no darkness anywhere. Everything is uncovered. You can see everything all around you. So he says that viraha is like that there is such intense enlightenment in separation, then all Krishna's characteristics related with Madhurya as well as Aishwarya become revealed to them. I mean, when I say all, it doesn't mean all because they're unlimited, but both sides. It's not that Aishwarya is covered and Madhurya is revealed. So both are revealed in Viraha. So this is a very important point. So Virahasya Surya Tulyatvena Sarva Pradyotkatvat. So he says that separation is compared like the blazing sun, midday sun, and therefore it lights up everything. And sanyoge tu sudhanshu koter apyadhik adhika mahladayan madhurya mayan eva bhagavato gunan pradyotet. But when there is a union, then union is like millions of moons, moon rays. So they are very sweet and manifest only his sweet side. Madhurya side means human side and not the Aishwarya. So at that time they completely forget the Aishwarya and think of him just as human. Yatra sanyoge api Aishwaryam pradyotate tatra premna eva apurnatvam avgantavyam. Atra tu asam bhav viraha bhavatinam viraha eva iyam mahatmyam spurtirapi prem kritaya. So he says where there is manifestation of his Aishwarya even in union, then it is to be understood that the prema is not complete there. It is not the fullest manifestation of prema. So atra tu asam bhavi virha bhavana vatinam. So one way can say that means gopis also do not have the complete prema because they are also standing in front of Krishna. So where is the viraha here? So therefore he says that this viraha is there because of Krishna's statements. Bhavi viraha bhavnavatinam. So their feeling of separation is coming because of the sense or awareness of thinking that they will be separated from Krishna, because Krishna says yata vrajam yata machiram, that don't stay here and quickly return to Vraja. So tadyate machiram goshtam sashraddha patim chati. So this is the viraha which they are feeling even in union. Iyam mahatmya spurtirapi prem kritaya. So therefore this feeling of Krishna's majesty or knowledge of his is also manifestation of their love for him. Prema hi asadapi mahatmyam sphorayati. So he says that this is the nature of prema, that even when it is not manifest, it can make one aware of it. Because Krishna's Aishwarya is not manifest now. There is nothing like God in him when he is standing in front of them, standing in the flute in his hand, looking at them, talking, joking. This is not God. It's not having 4 hands or some other majesty with him, some weapons or anything like that. So asadapi mahatmyam sphorayati. Yet they are having this awareness of his greatness. This is also because of the prema in feeling of separation. Which it is revealing. Kimutsata. He says, what to speak if he was actually manifesting some of it. Atas tad atishayastu tad atishayam. So when there is too much prema, then there is too much manifestation of both. Yatha adi bharate, adi bharat charite kimvare acharitam tapas tapasvinya yadiyamav nirityadi. Sri Jiva Goswami Charana. So he is quoting Sri Jiva Goswami that how King Bharat, he became attached to this deer, and then he was so much attached that when he did not see him, out of love he will think of him, how great this deer is. So he is saying that what austerities this earth has done, that she is getting the good fortune of the feet of Krishna, not Krishna, of this deer on it. So here he is saying that this deer does not have any Aishwarya in him. Right? But still the prema is making the Aishwarya manifest or making him aware of it. So that's what he actually meant. I thought I took it that way. He asatapi mahatmyam sphorayati. So asat here means when it is not there. I said when it is not manifest. Krishna was not manifesting, but he has it. But even when it is not there, still one can become aware of the greatness out of love. Like parents may think of their child as very great when he is not great because of love. And then he says, Kimut Sat, what to speak when actually the Aishwarya is there. Then prema can manifest it. It's no problem. So now he gives an example when there is no Aishwarya, but still out of love the Aishwarya is becoming manifest to him. So this baby deer has nothing godly in him. There is no Aishwarya in it. But he is saying that what great austerities this earth has done. How fortunate is this earth. She must have done some austerity that she is getting the footmarks from this deer. And because of this, she has become the place for Brahmanas to do yajna. Because of this deer. So this is what is called infatuation. This is what is called moha. So kamat krodha vijayate and kamat moha vijayate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, that is there, but without anger also there is moha. When kama is there, attachment, kama means attachment, material attachment, then you are moha. That is called kama moha. Kama mohita. So this is what happened to Arjuna. He was in moha in the beginning. Seeing all these relatives, his kama came out, his attachment, and then he was completely bewildered. He could not think straight. Then he was seeing how great is these people. He forgot that this same Duryodhana who's troubled him so much. He was seeing then that they are his relatives. They are ready to kill him. They won't spare. Duryodhana would not spare Arjuna, nor will Karna spare. But he is thinking, well, they are relatives. How can I kill them? So this is what attachment does. It colors our intelligence, our perception. We cannot see things as they are. And no matter how much you try to explain to them, it doesn't make sense. Mind becomes bent.
So what about Bhishma? What about Bhishma?
What about him?
He is the relative of Arjuna.
Yeah, but he's siding with Duryodhana. You should see that. Somebody puts your own relative, puts fire to your house, and then this relative, this guy who put your house on fire is now coming to shoot you, and your relative is coming with him. So he'll say, yeah, you can shoot me because you are with my relative. Will you do that?
How could Bhishma side with Duryodhana?
That is different story. How could he side? When you get obliged, then you can do all types of things. You eat the food of adharmic people, you get adharmic thoughts. It's called annadosha. Annadosh.
Anudosh.
The flaw coming from eating wrong food. Food from wrong people. So he said it himself. Arthasya dasa sarve na artho tu dasya kasyachit arthena baddhosmi maharaja. He told to Yudhishthira, he says that no one, everybody is a servant of pound or dollar or euro, whichever is the currency you follow. But the pound, dollar or euro is not servant of anybody. They don't care for you, you live or die. So he says everybody is a slave of money, and money is not anybody's slave. So he says, I have been enslaved by wealth of Duryodhana. So people, one explanation they give is that because he ate Duryodhana's food, therefore he could not think straight. And therefore,
Who baked this cake?
he has to lie on the bed of arrows, and when all the blood went out of his body, then he could speak dharma because he got purified. That's when Krishna took Pandavas, okay, now you can listen to him. Because he's clean now. The dirty blood is gone out. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, who baked the cake?
So I would like to know, like, so gopis in separation, right? We're not gopis, right? Like the soul, like when we go back to Krishna, are we in separation with Krishna right now, right? are we going back as an individuals, or we're just becoming let's say like goddesses have certain qualities. Were they created like goddesses already, or they were regular souls and then they achieved that status?
Which goddess? Because there are so many.
Yes, it doesn't
so there are
matter.
both types.
You know, like Krishna has qualities, that's why he's Krishna, God, the personality of Godhead. He has a whole list. And if I'm correct, goddesses and they lack 5 less qualities than Krishna himself, right?
Yeah, so there are 2 types of goddesses. There are eternal ones.
They were already created that way, right?
Yeah, they're not
Or
created.
my question is like, are we trying to still work on ourselves, and even we go back to Krishna, or will we have like, how we're going to please him there? Do we have to work on our qualities?
Yes.
Or we just like blindly, like we just want to go back to him and that's it?
You cannot go blindly. You have to open your eyes.
So we still trying to develop the qualities, right?
Yes. You have to.
Okay.
Otherwise you stay wherever you are.
Okay, thank you.
You had some?
Could you please explain again how this prema now made these qualities manifest? Is it that now prema is acting as
It's
a conscious
natural, you see,
entity?
when you are in separation. Just like common example, when somebody is alive, you don't appreciate their qualities. Somebody dies, generally people say, oh, he was so great, he was this, he did that. So the Aishwarya side comes out, right?
No.
So the same way, when now they're feeling separation, in separation the majestic, means the greatness becomes more visible to you.
And how is it that it becomes visible in both ordinary circumstances, such as, you know, some person we know is unavailable or might even die, and now in the case of the gopis here, is it that prema now as a conscious entity now creates this vritti inside them, and then they are, you know, they're kind of getting awareness or knowledge revealed that they haven't had before.
That's why I'm telling you that he said that this prema has this characteristic, it always reveals and reveals, covers and covers. So this idea of whether they had this knowledge before or not before doesn't come. It's just the nature of prema. That's why I'm giving a common example in our human life. That when you are with somebody, saying familiarity breeds contempt. So opposite of that is that non-familiarity brings appreciation. So it's the nature of human mind is like that. So that is whether those qualities are there or not there, but in case of Krishna, he actually has qualities, and the prema is something alive. Here our human mind functions like that. It's the human psychology. And the reason for that is that something, if we have attachment for somebody, if we don't have attachment, this won't happen. But when we have attachment for somebody and that person is not available to you, then naturally your mind becomes attracted, and attraction also comes because of the Aishwarya. So then Aishwarya becomes revealed, manifest or activated, whatever you want to call, Spurana. So then you think more of that person. How nice was that? And you forget if he has any wrong things. He may have argued with you, he may have troubled you. You forget those things. So the nice things come to the mind. It's like you remember good moments in your life. So it's like that. Kodak moments.